Mike Dell's World number 201. Yep, you heard that right.
Don't bend the space-time continuum for me, babe.
Quit screwing around with that thing. You found Mike Dell's World. And yes indeed, Mike Dell's World is back. Actually, it's on the same feed as the audio blog. But today I recorded a new episode of the audio blog from the road. And once I got done recording, I got to thinking about it. And that's always a dangerous thing. And I decided, what the heck, I'm going back to Mike Dell's World. I'm going to leave the feed alone this time, so you don't have to do anything. If you're getting this, great. I'm going to somehow redirect the old Mike Dell's World feed to this one, or somehow. I'll figure it out, but you won't have to do anything. But decided I'm just going to bring back that name because, you know what, I got this intro that I just played, and got a whole bunch of little wipers and stuff, and I just want to kind of go back to the way it was. You remember Dallas, the TV show, not the new rebooted one, but the old one with JR and Bobby and Jock Ewing and all that back in the 70s, I guess, and 80s, or maybe it was just the 70s. I don't remember now. But you remember when they killed off Bobby Ewing for a whole season, and then brought him back like nothing happened, like it was a bad dream. So the whole Mike Dell's audio blog switch over was a bad dream, and we're back. And so I went back and renumbered all the audio blog ones, and I had quit using the name Mike Dell's World at show number 190, and I did an episode 0, and then I did 9 audio blogs before this. And according to my calculations, the last episode, which was around Halloween, wow, it's been that long. The last episode, reboot, English optional today. Anyway, according to my calculations, this is episode 201, so that means the last one around Halloween was episode 200, which back when I was talking about it in 2011, I said, by the end of 2011, I'm going to have 200 episodes. Didn't work out that way. So anyway, officially 201 episodes. There's a whole lot of other little mini episodes way back in the stream. And like I said, I'm going to try to get that feedback going the way it was. Of course, you can still find everything at mikedell.com. And so if you want to go back and listen to all my craziness, you can. But going forward, this is Mike Dell's World, and I am going to play a little more music, not a lot, sometimes not, that kind of thing. Not going to beat the dead horse. I am going to go ahead and play unedited the recording I made from today from the road. So we'll catch you next time at episode 202. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. This is Mike, and I am on the road today. Not coming from the Subaru studios, but the borrowed Chevrolet studios. The company I work for has a couple of company vehicles, and I'm in one of them today. I had to haul a large load of things to 11 different locations all around Leelanau and Benzie counties, northwest corner of Lower Michigan, along the Lake Michigan Lake Shore. There we go. Lots of Michigans and lakes. But anyway, just got done with my last stop and got about 30-something miles back to the shop, where I will be done for a little while, then and off to the airport to pick up something and deliver it somewhere. Today's definitely a courier day. Haven't been on much on the podcasting thing here lately. Just, too many other things get in the way. And quite frankly, yesterday I was on a trip over to Rogers City across the state over on Lake Huron and recorded a whole show. Recorded 29 minutes or so. And when I got home, I realized that the background noise was just absolutely off the scale and there was nothing I could do about it. Hopefully this one doesn't turn out the same. I turned the input level way down on the recorder and I have the trusty microphone instead of using the internal mics on the recorder. So this should turn out somewhat better. Of course, you're still going to hear the background noise, but hopefully it's not overwhelming my voice like it was yesterday. And I won't even try to repeat everything I said yesterday because, frankly, I don't remember a whole lot of it. I don't know. I do remember it, and I'll hit on some of that, I guess. Just being just the audio blog. Figure turn on the mic and do a little talking. Let's see. It's been at least 3 months or so since I last podcasted. We've gone through the winter up here in northern Michigan, although you would never know it by looking out the window. Still have pretty high snowbanks, and it actually snowed yesterday. Today is severe clear. It's really nice and bright and sunny, which is really kind of nice with the snow on the ground. It really makes it bright. The roads are dry and everything's cool. But I guess we might not be over winter weather, even though it's spring. Just thinking back, last year at this time, well, probably be a week ago, a year and a week ago, we had a heat wave come through, and it was in the 70s and 80s for, I want to say, 2-3 days. Anyway, it was enough to melt all the snow, and it was enough to where we had a picnic out back on our patio, which is right now buried with 3 feet of hard-packed snow from the dogs walking over it all winter. Make my turn here. Just between the town of Honor, Michigan, and the town of Interlaken, Michigan. You might know Interlaken from famous musicians such as Jewel and Chip Davis, and I don't know, quite a few others. Went to Interlaken Arts Academy. That's out here. Anyway, enough of that. But like I said, last year we had that heat wave, and it was just absolutely crazy. And of course, it also woke up all the cherry trees, and they thought, well, heck, it's time to bud out. It's warm, it's sunny. And so they started budding out, and then we had a hard freeze a couple weeks after that and killed pretty much all the cherry crop, most of the apple crop, and I don't think it hurt the grapes any, but this year I think the cherries are safe. I'd say right now it's in the 40s though, so it's melting slowly as it should. It also helps the maple syrup producers around here because warmer days and cool nights gets the sap to flowing. So I should have some good fresh maple syrup here coming up in the next little while. I didn't get any last year. I'm sure it was around. I just never thought of it until. Well, I mean, I get it, I guess, all year round, but you always want to get it in the spring when it's fresh. I remember one time when I was a kid, we tapped a bunch of maple trees. Me and a buddy. I was in high school. Hung 5-gallon buckets off of the taps on the side of the tree and go out and empty them every night, or every afternoon after school. And we ended up filling up a horse trough, should use for livestock, watering livestock. I don't know how many gallons it was, but it was a bunch. And we got the bright idea of just propping that up on some cinder blocks and building a big fire under it. So that's what we did. We boiled off all that sap and got probably 1.5 gallons or 2 gallons of syrup out of it. It was good stuff, but it had kind of a smoky taste to it, because we boiled it down under an open flame, and I don't know if that's desirable or not. It wasn't bad, and certainly interesting, but I guess using gas, natural gas or propane, is probably the preferred method to boil down sap. That's what most of the sugar houses around here do. So getting back to podcasting, I'm not going to make excuses. I make a lot of excuses. It always seems that in the wintertime, when you think you'd have more time, I tend to have less time. I don't know why in particular, but it just seems, I end up going in spurts. I'll go for 6-8 months, fairly routine, and then take a hiatus. I think in the last 12 months I've taken more hiatus than not, but I still want to do it, and hence here I am recording. I've already announced that the Podcasting Tech Coach show will resume again in another week or two, and Geek of the North, of course, will continue on. I really haven't done anything with that since CES, which is the beginning of January out in Las Vegas. That was a lot of fun, a lot of work. And note to self, next year I'm coming in a day early and going home a day late. You need a day to get acclimated to Las Vegas, and another day to recuperate after working long hours with little sleep and no time to go play around. I got a little time to play around. You always make time when you're in Vegas, but next year I'm going to spread that out a little bit and leave a day or two maybe later. Since I'm already out there, might as well take advantage of it. And, boy, traffic out here. Okay, well, traffic is a relative term. Ain't much going on out here. There might be 4 cars on the road, but 2 of them are going 44 miles an hour ahead of me on a highway, not a freeway. So we've discussed before, there's no freeways around here, or at least not close. The closest freeway I can get to is about 30 miles. And of course my phone rings. Let's see who that might be so I can ignore them. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Ignore them. If that was you, sorry. Probably wasn't. Somebody from California, so probably should call them back when I'm done, but I'm on a roll here. Rolling at 44 miles an hour. I think I'm gonna maybe pull out and pass here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Freak out this guy on the oncoming lane, but that's alright. Plenty of time. Probably shouldn't be doing 70, but I did get around them, so now I'll kick it back down to reasonable level. That's one thing about this driving gig. I'm getting more aggressive in my driving. Not dangerous, just a little more assertive. I don't cut people off or anything like that, but I'm developing a low tolerance for people that go slow. And when I say slow, if you're going the speed limit, I'm okay with that. Absolutely okay with that. So if they were clipping along at 55, great. I can go 55. Not like the old song, I can't drive 55. I can. And when I get out on the freeway, generally I go 65 instead of 70, which is the posted speed limit around here on freeways. In Michigan anyway. Ohio is different, but I usually go 65, and the sole reason of that is the Subaru, especially, I get much better gas mileage at 65 than I do at 70, and I figured it out one time. Say you're on 250 miles. The difference between 70 and 65 is a few minutes, and if it saves you a couple miles per gallon over time, that makes a difference. I can get 27, 28 miles to the gallon versus 24 or 25. I'm going to do it as long as I stay on time and all that stuff. Like when I'm out on the 2-lane roads, though, I go the speed limit. Generally, maybe 57 is usually where I set the cruise when I don't have anybody going slower in front of me. But if somebody's going 55 and I creep up on them at 57, I'll just slow it down to 55 and won't worry about getting around them. But this winter, it seemed that everybody up here forgot how to drive on snow. Anytime the roads were covered, everybody was going 40. There was one stretch of highway there on 131 heading north, US 131. It's one stretch there, get up to a passing lane, and I passed 17 cars in one shot. And I wasn't going, I never broke 60, but you can drive on snow. If it's nice hard packed snow and it's not the wrong temperature. It seems that snow at 31 degrees to 33 degrees is slippery, but you get 20 degrees, it's kind of sticky, and even colder than that. There was quite a stretch there where we were down around 5 below to 5 above. Went for a couple weeks that way, and roads were covered with snow, but it was as sticky or stickier than hot asphalt. No problem driving on it. The only problem I had is whenever I drive this diesel van, the heat doesn't work as well. Diesels don't put out the heat that that the gas engines do, and I had to really crank the heat up to stay warm when it's 5 below zero. Of course, they found the only stoplight in the county. No, actually, that's not true. That's a different county. There's only one stoplight in Benzie County. There's a whole bunch of them in Grand Traverse here. But this is the first one in the county. And I don't know if people think I'm weird talking into a microphone driving down the road, but we're sitting here at a stoplight, as the case may be. But I don't care. Weirder things have happened. It's better than sitting here looking at my phone texting while driving or sitting at a stoplight. Still don't do that. A lot of people do. And I'll sometimes, just take a quick glance to see, somebody emails or texts. But I turned off all the alerts on my phone, with the exception of I left the text and the phone calls. Those alerts come on, but people don't text me all that much. And when it's a phone call, it's a phone call. But I've turned off email notifications, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all whatever, all that stuff. And it's a whole lot quieter. And I'm not tempted, driving down the road, I'm not tempted when I hear an email alert, who emailed me, where I was before. That definitely has cut down on the extraneous noise. And I had to look down and make sure I was recording. Yeah, still recording. This recorder, you hit the button once. That's where you can test everything and check the meter and everything. Then you have to hit the record button a second time to get it to record. And I've done that before, where I've hit the record button once and then talked for a really long time and looked down and noticed it was still on pause. But this isn't the case. Well, obviously, if you're listening to it, I'm recording it. So that was kind of a dumb whole section there. See what else is going on. Let's see. Last Friday, talking about the courier gig, driving job here. Been kind of slow for like the 2 weeks before, which was kind of good because I had a whole bunch of online work I had to do for the other outfit I worked for, and so that worked out pretty good. But it was getting kind of slim pickings in the driving department. And Friday, we have an on-call schedule, so generally 1 day a week I'm on call. Every once in a while it's 2 days a week, and some other times it's no days a week. But last week it was 2 days, Tuesday and Friday. Well, Friday morning I get a call at 6:30 in the morning. Hey, we need you to go drive down to Clare, Michigan. Drop off a package. All right. So I get up, go pick up the package, drive it down to Clare. Just as I'm getting back close to town, I get a phone call. Hey, need you to go to such and such place, pick up a box, and it needs to go to Benton Harbor. Benton Harbor is like 240 miles away. Okay, no problem. Jump on it, get the package, go down to Benton Harbor. On my way back, and this is getting to be 7 o'clock at night, maybe something like that. Get a call. Hey, when are you gonna be back? I said, well, I'm just 20 minutes out. Oh, well, we got another run for you. We need you to go to Muskegon. Muskegon's 140 miles away. So anyway, all told, I had 930 miles and 18 hours of driving, and a bit more of that was on duty. Now, if you're DOT and you're listening, I'm in an unregulated driving position. So, although it is legal, I probably should not do that. But hey, it worked out. So, made more money in that one day than I had for the previous week. But I was a tired pup, and all day Saturday. I got home at 2:30 in the morning and got up around 7 for a little while, went back to bed around 9, slept till 3 in the afternoon, and then I just sat in the recliner and vegged the rest of the day. Watched TV. And Sunday I wasn't quite feeling right, so I don't know what it is about driving long distances that takes it out of you, but it sure takes it out of me, especially that many. I could see why the truck drivers and that have their schedule that they do. I think their rules are they can drive for 11 out of 14 hours, and they can only be on duty 14 hours in a 24-hour period. And it has to be a consistent 14 hours. So if you start at 6 in the morning, you're done 14 hours later, regardless of how much you drove. And you have to take a 10-hour break. And I could see why, because that was entirely too much. I think out of that whole trip, I could have done everything but the round trip to Muskegon. So I could have done 630 miles probably legally under DOT rules. And that's if everything went perfectly, which it actually did. So no big deal, but that's good. Today I just had to do this Leelanau-Benzie route. 11 stops for let's see, I'm not giving names of companies or anything, but it's one of the large parcel delivery services in the United States. And I can tell you it's not DHL. So, but we have a contract with them to to provide package delivery to central location / government offices around the whole northern part of Michigan. And, I stopped at 11 of them. But anyway, that's all I've done so far. It's just 20 minutes after noon. I started at 7 o'clock this morning. And next thing on the agenda is around 3 o'clock. I have to go meet an airplane at the airport and run a package over to an office on the other side of town from the airport. So that's a nice quickie one. And then I'm taking the rest of the day off. Although they probably would find something else for me to do. I've got some web work to do. Of course, you guys know I work for Raw Voice, also part-time, as their tech support and other various duties. We've been working on the new and improved Blueberry website. You can go check that out at blueberry.com, BLUBRRY.com, no E's. And we launched that, soft launched it. It's not officially, we're not making a big deal out of it yet because we're still doing some tweaking. But you'll notice it has a different sort of interface to it, kind of a tiled interface. Sort of like Windows 8, but I think it's better looking. And it's certainly more useful if you're a podcaster. We're consolidating some of our websites. There's one called help.blueberry.com that had a lot of tutorials and help files and stuff on how to use Blueberry and PowerPress plugin and whatever. And then we had the PowerPressPodcast.com and PodcastFAQ.com. Of course, we got our support forums at forum.blueberry.com. And we're consolidating all that. Well, the forum's still where it is, but we're consolidating all that. We're taking all the information from Podcast FAQ, updating it, reorganizing it, and it's now at create.blueberry.com. Same with the community podcast, PowerPress podcast. That's there, and you go there, and there's a tile for create and a tile for explore. You click on Explore, it looks like the old site. That's how we want it, because that's for podcast consumers. That's the podcast directory and all that. And then the Create tile takes you to, we got a podcasting manual now. Basically updated information from Podcast FAQ and a lot from the help.blueberry.com site. And what I've been doing is, as I get questions through the regular support system, if it's something I answer more than a couple of times, I'll put it somewhere on the Create site, and then I'll point people to it. But I think the website looks new, fresh, much easier navigation, and you should be able to find stuff. Also doing some tutorial videos, to how to set up PowerPress stats, or how to set up Blueberry stats, how to set up PowerPress from beginning to the end for podcasters, and a few other goodies there. So if you're at all interested in podcasting, go check that out, create.blueberry.com. I didn't mean this to be a commercial for Blueberry, but I guess that's how it turned out, at least at the end there. And speaking of the end, I got pull into the fuel station and pump some diesel and another 2 or 3 miles, and then go park this thing and go eat some lunch. And probably between the time I drop the van off and the time that I go to the airport to meet the airplane, I will edit this. I probably won't edit much. I'll process it, I guess would be better. And I'll go ahead and upload this so you guys can listen. Should be doing a Geek of the North next week, or maybe this weekend. Depends on noise-free environment availability. And and motivation. I'm motivated to podcast, just not motivated to do the show prep. I am motivated. I got several review units that I need to review from CES that just haven't got around to checking out. Got one that I kind of in a conundrum about. They sent me a iPhone 5 case. One company. It's for a bicycle handlebars or motorcycle handlebars. I guess could work either way. It looks really nice. I just don't have an iPhone 5. I had a friend over a couple of days, and she had an iPhone 5, so I did get a few pictures of it and kind of got to look at how it would work. So I'll probably do a review of that over at Geek of the North, such as it is. And also got a guitar tuner, which I thought was going to be a conundrum since I don't have or play a guitar. But it's kind of a guitar-specific one, but it's one of those that, clip on the headstock and tell you if your each string is in tune. But it just has the standard 6-string guitar tuning on it. Just has those 6 notes. Well, as it turns out, banjo only uses 3 notes. 2 of the strings are the same note, an octave apart. So, and they're all represented on the guitar tuner. So, saved by that. So I'll review the guitar tuner as a banjo tuner. And of course, this gas station has one diesel pump, and it's also a gas pump, and of course there's 2 people getting gas at the diesel pump. So I have to wait. But that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I don't remember what number this is in my strange numbering scheme, but I'll figure it out. And I will catch you later. You can catch me later.